Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me. As you may or may not know, I am going over and talking about the book, The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. And we are up to chapter 3. We just finished chapter 2, where it talked about the movie The Matrix and your RAS, your RAS. Basically, what that means is what you think about, what you believe, what you desire, what you want will eventually manifest itself in the physical. And the example that was used in that chapter was if you are looking to buy a brand new black truck or a blue Camaro, right? And your desire is so strong, you start seeing them everywhere. As you're walking to the grocery store, as you're going to work, you start to see them more. They're presenting themselves to you more because of the strong desire you have to get one and to purchase one. But in reality, they were probably there the whole time. But because you didn't think about it, didn't have that strong desire or connection to that object, that car, you didn't see it. But once you started to have that desire, you started to see it more. Really, really awesome stuff. So chapter 3 gets into a little more simpler concept of the one more. And that is one more try, right? The not giving up, the always doing one more, getting up if you fall down and giving one more and compounding that into never giving up on your goals, whether it's a marketing goal, a sales goal, a weight loss goal, a spiritual goal, whatever the goal is. Too many people, or more often than not, people try to do something, they fail, or they fall, or they falter, and they just give up on it, right? Think about when you were a kid, and the bicycle analogy is so great for this specific chapter and this topic, right? So when you were learning to ride a bike, you started slow, right? You probably had training wheels and kind of get the feeling of the bike, right? But at some point, eventually they have to come off, right? If you really want to learn how to ride a bike, they have to come off, right? So they got to come off, and then your mom or your dad holds the seat while you're riding, right? But if you fell the first time and didn't get back up to get on the bike, you'd never learn how to ride a bike, right? But even as a child, the desire was so strong to learn because other kids were learning, and you see them riding their bikes, and it's part of a little bit of an ego, right? Like, I want to be able to do that as well. As young as a child, right? And we continued to get on the bike and eventually learned how to ride one, right? But as we get older, it feels like our goals, our dreams, the things that we want in life, I don't want to say are not as important, but like when we fall, it's like, oh, well, I'm done. I tried. I'm not going to continue. But really, you should be giving everything one more try and continuing to give it one more try and compounding that. And eventually you will see the results in what you're trying to achieve, right? A great saying by Confucius is, the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. So true. Because if you think you can do something, you will do everything in your power to do it, right? And if you think you can do it, your mind is going to tell you can do it. Your internal thermostat, the desire to do it, will allow you to do it. But if you tell yourself in your mind, think about the RAS, the RAS, right? You can't do that. That's impossible for me. It's not achievable. That is what is going to manifest itself, and you're not going to do it, right? You're not going to give it one more try. You're not going to do the things you need to do to accomplish whatever your goal is, right? Everyone has different goals, and you have to have the strong desire to really, really want those goals to come to fruition. But if you give up and if you fail and then you stop, you'll never see it play out, right? Successful people, if you see people around you in your life that are successful, I guarantee you have failed on a multitude of levels. But what they didn't do was say, I didn't make that sale, so I'm just going to stop. They went to the next one, and on to the next one, and on to the next one. You know, it's a numbers game, right? You have to continue going. This person didn't call me back. I sent them a message for my product or for my whatever I'm selling. They didn't call me back. Don't sit there and wait. One more try. Get the next one. Get the next one. Get the next one. Eventually, if you do 100 one more tries, one of those, two of those, three of those eventually will come to fruition and will call you back, right? So we have to give it one more try, right? I'll close with this as far as the book goes. 3 overachiever principles that he talked about in the One More Try chapter were: extremity expands capacity. Your greatest gains and successes happen when you push yourself to new places and new limits, right? It's getting out of your comfort zone, right? That's where the magic happens. If you just do the same thing every single day, you know the saying, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every single day and expecting different results. If you do the same thing every day, you're going to get the same results. But if you push yourself to new places and new limits, that's where the magic happens. Talked about this a few minutes ago. Winning is a numbers game. That's very simple. Commit to what it is you're trying to do, what your goal is or goals are, and just keep doing it. Like, for example, these videos for me. I've been wanting to do these podcast videos for positivity and motivation, all of that for a long time. One of my, I don't want to say fears, but really was who's going to watch it, who's going to subscribe, who's going to even care. But for me, as I said in the first video, these videos are as much for me as they are for anybody watching, right? So I need these books. I need church, right? I'm a big believer of Jesus, and I will be doing some videos on some spiritual things as well. But I need this as much as maybe you watching need this, right? But it is a numbers game. I'm just going to keep posting and just run with it and just keep doing what I want to do, achieving my goal and not stopping, right? And this last part, I like closing with this because it really, I looked at it and I was like, this is interesting. Nothing creates everything. And that means when you push yourself and give all you have and you empty it all out, put it all on the table, everything will be created, right? He uses Genesis as an example as far as the God making the world, right, that we know of, out of nothing, right? And then it became everything, right? When you empty yourself, you create room for new goals, new efforts, new inspirations, new everything. So by emptying yourself and giving it your all, you're now allowing new to be able to come into your space, your soul, your life. And as you keep doing it, new will continue to be planted in you and you will continue to grow. One More Try is something I've really harped on so much to anybody who would listen. All of this just to say, just get up, keep pushing, keep striving. Don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your dreams. They matter. But if you fail and give up, you'll never see them play out. But if you keep giving your all, it's a numbers game. Keep playing. Keep putting forth maximum effort. Bring your internal temperature as high as you can get it. Because if it's worth putting the effort into, it's worth the one more try. So that's today's video. I will be reading the next chapter and I will be getting that back to you. It seems like it's a little bit longer. I'll shorten the bullet points a little bit, but I do want to give my take mainly on the chapters going forward from what I've read. But This is a really good chapter, something that I've talked about a lot, and hope you got something out of it. So that is all for today. Have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to, I say seeing you, but you'll be seeing me on the next one. So have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all soon.